Hello everyone. So, weather, climate, and adaptations of animals to climate. So, class 7, chapter 7, we're going to start with. So, for the introduction, weather and climate have a great impact on our daily life. So, weather and climate they determine certain things. So, what do they determine? The type of clothes we wear. So, during summer, we would like to wear very cotton light clothes, and during winters, we would like to wear thick woolen sweaters and all those things. So, mode of transport we use, and three is type of food we grow, and also what do we eat. So, these are decided on the weather and climate. So, all the living organisms are adapted to survive in the climatic conditions of their natural habitat. So, what is a habitat? The place where an organism lives, survives, grows, breathes is called as its habitat. So, this is your textbook page. So, where you can get the information about the weather and the climate. So, it is in newspapers, you can read about that on a daily basis. In the news channels, you can see on TV, and also it will be broadcasted on the radio also. So we find the daily weather report carry information about the temperature, humidity and rainfall during the past 24 hours. So it also predicts the weather for the day. Humidity, as you might know, is a measure of the moisture in the air. So humidity changes. So during summer the humidity is very less. So if you put your clothes out, so in the air the water vapor content is very low. So because of that, what happens? Your clothes dry very fast. So during winters, what happens? The humidity means the water vapor in the air is high. So your clothes will dry very taking a long time. So you can see over here there's a piece of information how these newspapers put the weather forecast in the newspaper. So max it is 16.1 degrees centigrade. So minimum it will be 26 degrees centigrade. So the sunset, sunrise, the moonset, the moonrise, and all those things is being given as a sample of a weather report from a newspaper. So you might think who is the one who reports all these things? So who prepares these things? So there's a department from the government which is the meteorological department. So this department collects the data on temperature, wind, etc., and they make the weather predictions. So you can see during the cyclones hit and all, so these are the people who give an exact, and during earthquakes and tsunami it could be, or any other unnatural calamities, so they predict. Who? Meteorological department of the government. So you have an activity where you have to collect all these samples and you have to prepare it. So please see to that you do activity 7.1. So weather. So the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called as the weather at that place. So this is a very important and a perfect definition for a weather. Okay, so the day to day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature first, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called as the weather at that place. So the temperature, humidity, rainfall, snowfall, wind speed, etc. these are called as the elements of the weather. So these are the ones which predict what will be the weather the next following day. The weather at a place changes every day. So weather changes every day. Sometimes it is less warm, so it is or more warm, more humid, more cloudy, more windy. Sometimes it is less warm, less humid, less cloudy, or less windy, or it may rain for an hour in the morning and then suddenly it becomes very clear. So this you can see it in Bangalore. So if you go to Delhi and all, so the winters are very cold, the summers are very hot, but in Bangalore it's a normal weather you can see most of the time. So meteorology. So meteorological department of the government collects the data on temperature, humidity, wind, etc. and makes the weather prediction. Meteorology is the interdisciplinary scientific study of the atmosphere. A meteorologist, so this is the person, okay, who studies the weather. So weather experts, we call them, use computer technology and data from earth stations and satellites to predict the weather. So now you got to know what satellites do, right? So a weather report of 7 days you can see over here. So therefore the temperature of our atmosphere is changing every day. So you can see 34 degrees centigrade, max and minimum 27. So it is being changed each day. So you can see 28 degrees centigrade in Kolkata, 27 the next day. So next it is 26, 27, 29, 26, 27. So you have an activity, so changes in the weather is generally not the same on any 2 days, and there is a lot of changes in the weather over weeks and months. So all the changes in the weather is caused by the sun. So who causes it? It is because of the sun. So from the weather report of the newspaper, record the information in the table below and observe the changes in the temperature, humidity and the rainfall for a week. So this you can do it. You can make a box like this and you can just record it every day. After 7 days, your weather report will be ready. So in the table 9.1, so that's the same what we had. So a rainfall is measured by an instrument called as the rain gauge. So rain gauge is the instrument through which these people can predict how many centimeters or millimeters of rain has happened in that particular place. So it is basically a measuring cylinder. So you would have seen in the laboratory the measuring cylinder with a funnel on top to collect the rain water drops. So, do all the 7 days have the same temperature, maximum, minimum temperature, humidity, rainfall? No. The maximum and the minimum temperatures recorded may be the same for some of the few days. So, however, all the parameters, what are the parameters we just read? It is the temperature, humidity, okay, the wind speed and all these things. So these parameters are not the same on any 2 days. Over a week there may be considerable variation are changes. So there are some changes you can see after 2 days or a week or something like that. The day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at the place with respect to the temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called the weather at that place. Okay, so this definition we came to know. The temperature, humidity and other factors are called as the elements of the weather. The weather of a place changes day after day and week after week. So whether today's weather is too humid or the weather was warm last week. So we keep on saying all these things. The weather is such a complex phenomena that it can vary over very short period of time. Like I told you, it could be sunny in the morning, suddenly the clouds might appear, again it will start raining heavily, or the heavy rain may vanish, it might end it very soon and again it will become very bright sunny. So these experiences you would have seen, right, in a day-to-day basis. Okay, so if you look at a graph, so it shows that maximum temperature recorded during August 3rd 2006 to 2006 and 9 August 2006 at Shillong, Meghalaya. So that was too high.